All right, ready? Who am I here with today?
Liam Clark.
Sid Rajendran.
All right, can you answer this equation for me? 800 plus 650 minus 324 divided by 4 times 2 minus 500 plus 1 divide by 8 and then multiply by 1/4.
Bro, I already forgot it.
You guys are gonna answer this equation. What is 800 plus 650 minus 300 by 4 times 2 minus 500 plus 1 divided by 8 times 1/4?
10.
My answer is 14.
1/4. 36.
Plus 650 minus 324 divided by 4 times 2 minus 500.
Let's say 125.
No, it's 2. Welcome to season 7,
Episode 2
of The Only Way Show.
Pepper, you look sad. What's going on? You having a rough day? You need some help? Well, listen, we got all kinds of resources here on school that we can get you help with. You want to try and figure this out? All right, here, follow me. Let's go. We'll figure this out. So,
Hi, my name is Jen Gould, and I'm a school social worker, and I am here today to tell you a little bit about what my role is at Olympia High School. My job is to help students and families connect to resources both in the building and outside of school that help them get connected, help them feel successful, and help eliminate any barriers that might be in their way of having success. One of the mental health resources that we have here at Olympia High School is we partner with CMAR. CMAR's on site 2 days a week, and they work with students around their mental health. Students can access that resource through their counselor, through the counseling center, and it's based on eligibility. That's a resource that we have here on site, but we also work to connect students to counselors or therapists in the community that meet their needs and help support them with what they're looking for. The Community Closet has a ton of resources, school supplies and clothes.
People can contribute to the Community Closet by spreading the word about it and destigmatizing it, because it really is a place for everybody and all of your needs. We need new and unused personal hygiene products and undergarments, formal wear, and we could always use hangers.
You can bring any donations to the front office or Miss Costello's room.
You can use it if one of your items in your outfit has been ruined. You can use it if you came to school without a jacket that's warm enough, formal wear for any of our formal events, and
spirit gear. You can access this through anyone in the school, like counselors, nurses, secretaries, admin.
And if you're still not sure, you can talk to any teacher and they can help you get access to it.
In addition to the Community Closet, which helps support school supplies, clothes, hygiene items, we also have some food resources in the building. We work with our health room to make sure that if students needed extra food over the weekends, we have some of that resources available. All you need to do is check in with your school counselor, and we can get you connected with that resource. The wellness room is in Hall 1. It's in room 106. It's open during both lunches every day. It's staffed by either a counselor, myself, by Morgan Shelton. So our support team is always there, but it's a quiet place to come and have lunch, to even play a game, and just to have a place to check in with other students. Peer tutoring is another amazing resource here at Olympia High School. It's an opportunity that happens before and after school. It's a place where you can get help with specific classes, and it's run by other students who have experienced the same class, even the same teachers that you might have had an experience. So we just really encourage students to check it out and be a part of it. Just another plug for the school counselors. They are an amazing resource. If you're not sure where to go to access different resources here at OHS, definitely go see your counselor. They know about all of these different opportunities here in the building.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Landrum. I'm a counselor at Olympia High School. And just a couple things that you might want to know about what the Counseling Center does. We do all kinds of things, but we spend a lot of time with students dealing with social and emotional needs, academics. If you're struggling in a class or struggling with a teacher, you can always come and we can help support you with that. Post-high school, so thinking about jobs, military, college. Right now, we've been doing a lot of college applications with our seniors. And if you're just having a bad day, sometimes this is a safe place to come and we will support you with whatever's going on that day.
Another resource that we have is that we have an amazing chemical dependency counselor, Morgan Shelton. Morgan takes referrals from students directly, but also will take referrals from people just coming by. So definitely check in with Morgan.
Hi, I'm Morgan Shelton. I'm the chemical dependency counselor. So I provide services to students that might be drug and alcohol impacted themselves, which includes vaping, or I meet with students that might be concerned about friends or loved ones. But I also present to the health classes at the middle schools at Reeves and Washington Middle School. And so sometimes I meet with students and we talk about maybe issues that they're having in relationships, communication skills, coping skills around stress or anger, things such as that. And sometimes I'll have or meet with students for disciplinary reasons. So if they're in restorative or if I get referrals from like school counselors, I can provide resources in the community, but also work with our social worker, Miss Gould, and then your school counselor as well.
That was a good segment on resources here at Ole. I hope you guys use them. Upcoming next is a segment on Feminism Club in room 903.
So what's your name and why did you become an officer?
My name is Nell McGuigan. I became a Feminism Club officer because I joined Feminism Club when I was a freshman, and I was just really like, everything that we talked about just kind of rocked my world, and that was kind of when I started to really get into feminism, and it just became a really important part of my life, and I wanted to continue with more ideas that I had and hopefully grow the club population.
My name is Clara, and I became an officer because I really liked Feminism Club the last 2 years. It was really fun, and I just learned a lot. I wanted to continue the tradition.
My name is Hannah Martin, and I became an officer mostly just because when I joined the club freshman year, it was something that was really interesting to me and just something I discovered I was really passionate about. And I kind of just started asking the officers if I could start projects with them and kind of do my own thing with part of the club. So then I realized that I really did want to become an officer because I was already kind of trying to implement some stuff. So I knew that being an officer was something that I'd really enjoy.
So what impact do you hope to leave?
Well, I really want everyone to leave the club with like more of a sense of belonging and hopefully more of like a knack for activism and, like supporting your community and things like that. And I just want everyone to feel welcome and then have a sense of like power and knowledge of like that they're able to do things that they might not have thought they were able to do before.
Well, I obviously hope Feminism Club continues after I leave. And I also just wanted everyone to have a place where they can be themselves and feel really included and learn how to advocate for themselves.
I really hope to educate a lot of people. First off, I think that's something that is really a goal with our club is we try to teach everyone more things about like the history of Olympia. Like right now we're doing a lesson about Riot Grrrl, and that's really a big part of Olympia and just like the feminist movement in general, and just educating about a lot of different topics, and also making people feel empowered to use their voice and kind of stand up and talk about things you believe in and make a difference in the world.
So what are your future projects in the club?
Hopefully we want to do in second semester another hygiene drive, and then probably some guest speakers.
We're having a couple guest speakers. We're having Ryan from Planned Parenthood, who runs Teen Council, come. And we're also having Beth Doglio, who is our House representative, come and talk.
And hopefully more voter registration, because that went super well, and I'm hoping that we see more turnout in second semester.
And actually at the end of this month on November 29th, we're showing the Barbie movie. We're gonna do like a breakfast and Barbie thing. You can follow our Instagram at OHS_feminism to see like all the stuff that we're gonna be doing, so. Yeah.
My name is Mrs. Halverson, and I became an advisor for the club because it's an important topic. I had some students really interested in being active with the community and with the school and with educating, and so it seemed like a great fit. The girls, well, actually all the members are so excited about the topic, and they're really active with all issues, and it's been really fun to see them get active with the community, raise money, do fundraisers, do drives, and really work with other organizations and even clubs within the school.
What's your name and why did you join Feminism Club?
My name's Caitlin, and I joined Feminism Club because I've always been really interested in like the Riot Grrrl movement and different parts of feminism.
My name is Clement Cook, and I joined Feminism Club to come support my friends and to support the cause because of the protests going on soon.
I'm Richie Egan, and I joined the club because I've always been a huge feminist and a big supporter of the movement, and I love to be able to be part of the community.
I'm Indiana, and I joined Feminism Club because I wanted to become an active member of our community and learn more about feminism.
And what do you do within Feminism Club?
In Feminism Club, we make like zines, and we learn about different parts of feminism and how it affects, how the world is affected by feminism.
We learn about different parts of the cause, like the history of feminism and parts of our community that have like played a part, and then how we can support those parts.
We get educated on different topics about the feminism movement, and we help educate the community on feminism.
I made stuff for the bake sale. I wasn't able to go, but it went really well, and we ended up getting like $1,700 from it, so it was really successful.
Hello?
Hey Logan, are you busy right now?
Kinda. What's up?
Dude, I just found this new crazy fishing spot. We gotta go right now.
I don't know, man. I'm kinda doing something important. Sure. Why not?
Why are we back at the school?
Trust me, bro. Trust me. Just wait and see.
Why is there a gate around it?
Bro, it's public access, bro. Trust me, bro. It's public.
Doesn't seem like it. Wow, this is beautiful.
I know, right?
Oh. Maybe this pond isn't meant for fishing.
Well, then what is it meant for?
The freshman pond's been part of our school's history for a long time. Most people think it's the one located near Hall 2 and the auxiliary turf field, but it was actually Hazard Lake, which is located here on Carline Street behind the school. It got its name from the tradition where freshmen would swim across the pond during school and come back as a group. As the years went by, people got confused with that pond and the one right here. People created the rumor that every year freshmen would get thrown into this pond, and so it got its name Freshman Pond.
Let's go talk to some teachers who know a bit more about the pond's history and its current state.
Yeah, I remember freshman year, this was in 1979 when I was a freshman, there was a smoking area. I would sometimes avoid going out that end of the hallway.
Some of the cross-country team members have taken a canoe into the pond to boat across it.
There did not used to be a fence around it, so there always were stories that someone was going to get thrown in the pond, and I'm sure people actually did.
I know that several members of the team have been thrown into the pond in good spirits. In my physical science class, we calculated the buoyancy of a trash can and how much it should submerge in the water when a student got into the trash can. And so usually we try to float them out into the pond, and they would inevitably end up falling because their center of gravity was too high.
In biology, you like to get the kids outside to do observations about ecosystems, to look at the different components, producers, decomposers, primary consumers, secondary consumers, and even predators back there, just to kind of get an analysis of what's going on in this area. And it's an easy access field trip, so we use it as much as we can.
So Freshman Pond right now is used for a number of things. One is biology classes. We also use it for earth and space science for our geology course as we look at forest health. We take tree cores, so we look at the overall ages of the trees. They're all about 25 years old. And that's an interesting history that this pond has as well. And so we also do soil samples. We come out right next to the pond right now and look at the health of the overall pond. And then we also assess, if we were to cut the whole thing down, how much money we would get for all the trees.
We also do an eco-column project where kids gather specimens and plants, soil from the pond, and they actually create a artificial system that they try and create to make it sustainable. It's also just a good way to get kids outside and just chill outside for a little bit and just kind of appreciate the habitat that we have around here. Other classes like environmental science use it for a leaf litter lab where they study insects, and then they also use it for plant identification, which I also do at the end of the season.
So the environment in the pond itself is really interesting. This time of year, the pond is really full. It is actually a stormwater catchment that drains from the North Street community. So there's a pipe that goes underground from North Street, and it actually goes north here to the pond. So it does fill up with a lot of stormwater as well as locally collected stormwater. So you'll see the water come up in the winter, and then in the summer, the pond will be dry as our rainfall levels go down. Other things that we see at the pond, of course, this is a really cool feature that's a remnant of the last glacial progression from essentially from Canada down through the Salish Sea to Olympia. If you were here about 13,000 years ago, we'd be standing underneath about a mile of ice. And when that ice retreated and melted, which it did many times, it left behind big chunks. And those big chunks got buried in all the sediment that got washed out. And when the chunk melted, it left a hole in the ground. So you see a lot of these around Olympia. Of course, Kettleview Park, Ward Lake is a giant one. And right here, this feature we call a kettle. So it's a remnant of glacial periods, but it leaves a big hole in the ground, which is great for a pond. This pond is presently maintained by the Earth Corps Club here at Olympia High School. That club was founded about 25 years ago by a retired teacher, Mr. Ed Bassett, and he taught biology amongst other things here at Olympia High School. When he retired about 5 years ago, I believe, he handed the club off to me, which was a really big honor. It is run by some amazing students. Over the years, they work to maintain this pond area and keep invasive species out. The pond itself is generally all native species. It has a lot of diversity in the species itself, and then because of that, we see some of our local birds and bats populating the pond area. There's native trees, Doug firs, cedars, lots of our trees that are losing leaves this time of year. And then of course the undergrowth, we have a lot of natural ferns and other berries that have been put in by Earth Corps. The pond itself was just a big open pit, and it had a lot of blackberries in it 25 years ago. So it's fun to look at the pictures of how Earth Corps worked to clean that out and then replant this beautiful diversity of trees that you see here now.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
Have a great winter break.
See you guys next year.
We should just sing Jingle Bells for the
Jingle
for the
bells,
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way.
I was singing Jingle Bell Rock.
Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.